Welcome to Sweet Talk SLP. I'm Krystle and I'm a pediatric speech-language pathologist. Today's video is episode 1 of Sweet Talk Tips. But before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe, also like this video, and share it with your friends. Let's get started. I mentioned in my last video that one of my goals was to start including videos with tips for parents and SLPs and other therapists, and so here it is. Here is episode 1. And for episode 1, I thought it would be good to go over the best toy to use in therapy or at home with your child when you're playing with them and trying to elicit language. And I thought that would just be the best place to start before we get into some other tips and tricks later this year. So with that said, let's talk about it. The number 1 toy for your kid. Yeah, just kidding. I'm doing all the fluff, trying to make it more interactive. I don't need the fluff. The number 1 toy is free and you can't buy it at a store. The best toy for your kid is you. That's it, you. You the parent, you the SLP, you the OT, you the PT, you out there playing with kids, you're the number 1 toy. You're the number 1 model for these kids. And so let's talk a little bit about it so that you can have a better understanding of why I'm saying you are the best toy for these kids. As a parent or a pediatric speech-language pathologist or a pediatric OT or PT, our job, including parents, our jobs, all of us with kids, is to build connections and establish rapport with kids and grow their language. And the best way to do that is to play with your child and be the biggest toy that they have. You don't need cars and bubbles and Mr. Potato Heads and whatever other toys that you have. Now, do we use them in therapy? Absolutely. Do you integrate them later? Absolutely. But you will always be the biggest and best toy for your child. The best thing to do is play people type of games. And so I'm going to list some of the types of games that you can play at home without using any toys for your child. One of the easiest and simplest games that I'm sure you've already played with your child or your patient is peekaboo. You could use your hands, you can use objects to hide behind, under blankets, under t-shirts, hiding, whatever it is that you decide to do, but just this back and forth of peekaboo. Tickling is another great game or activity to play with your child. Tickling is more of a parent-child game interaction as long as your child is comfortable with tickles. For therapists, make sure that you are talking to your parents, making sure that it's okay with them, making sure that you pick up the cues with the child that it's okay with them for you to touch them before you start using tickling for one of your people games. More games that you can play include chase, hide and seek. I love playing a game of run and stop. And so with some of my littles, we'll just run around in a circle and I just yell, run, 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 stop! Or sometimes I use freeze, it just depends. Or sometimes go and stop or go and freeze. But I try to, whatever language I use, whatever 2 words I pick, whether it's run and stop or go and freeze or whatever 2 words I pick, I use them every single time we play that game. Because using these routines helps them with their language, because eventually you may hear them say, stop, or freeze, or they may just do the motion and you know that that's what they're trying to tell you is like, hey, it's time to stop, it's time to freeze. Another game I like to play is, I call it airplane. I don't know what you call it, but it's when you lay on the floor and you pick up a child using your feet and their belly is on your feet and you pick them up with your feet and then you put them back down. And so I use up and down for that, like going up, 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 down, or something to that effect. Again, parents, this is easier for you to do at home with your kids, as long as your kids are comfortable. Therapists, please check with your families to make sure that this is something okay with them. And one of the last games I like to play is sleep and wake up. So just pretending to go to sleep. And so I might use sleep and wake up. I might use night and wake up or night and wake up for these kids. And then I've had several kids point to me or point to the floor so that I can go down, and I make it a very big gesture when I go to sleep, and then I go, wake up! You'd be surprised how much language comes out of those types of games that I've just mentioned. They are the best games because it involves the best toy, which is you, the parent, you, the SLP, you, the pediatric OT, pediatric PT. I'd love to know, what are some of your favorite people games that you play with your child, with your client, with your patient, that you doesn't use any toys, it's just you and the child. I would love to know what you use. Do you use some of the ones that I've mentioned, or do you have others that are some of your favorites? I'd love it if you would write it in the comments section down below. I'd also love your feedback on what other videos and tips you'd like from me to work on with your child or your patient in therapy for future videos. So also in the comments section down below, go ahead and list some of those things. I'll definitely be compiling a list. I'll be posting Sweet Talk tips once a month to give you ideas on things to do at home with your child or to do in therapy with your patient to help increase language or for speech sound production. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. Also, like this video, share it with your friends, ring that notification bell. You'll get notified of my weekly uploads. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.